Good. Welcome once again to question 7 of the cash budget handout. So everybody turn to question 7. If you have the notes or the material, it's the one that I loaded on the site or on the platform recently. The one I uploaded on the platform recently. Yes, so that is the cash budget. I'm doing question 7 and question 8 if time will allow us. So let me go straight and then pick question 7 and share it. Good. So this is the question. So where's question 7? That's question 2. And the question 7 will be far below. Okay, let me Good. So question 5, question 6, and finally question 7. So these are questions that we are doing. And I guess it's a homework. Yes, they've reminded me that this question was a homework to us on our last meeting. That was yesterday. Good. So we are going to solve this question. So that is it. Why is my this thing worrying me like that? Good. Okay, so let's go straight to the requirement. For those of you who have the notes with you, it's question 7. So let's go to the requirement. It's a required. Prepare the following functional budgets for the month of October. We said the functional budgets are the budgets prepared by the various departmental heads, right? Various departments. So sales, production, marketing, HR, and procurement, stores, finance, accounts, yes, all of them. Research and development, yes, all of them bring their budget, and that's the functional budget. Good. So the B part, I think we did the B part also. So they are there. Sales, quantity, value, including total value, production quantity, material usage in quantity, material purchases in quantities, and value, including total value. Then B, explain the 10 principal budget factors used in budgeting control and give 3 examples of the financial institution. I think this one we'll look at it last Saturday, so you're fine. So I'm solving this for you, then we are done. Then we'll try and see if we can go ahead and solve this, the question 8. That one is your exam pass question. So let's go to the starting point of the question. Okay, so to go again. Okay. So this is the starting point of the question. Hey. Wow. Please, for those of you who have the starting point, you can probably pick it up for us. I think, well, this is the info. The upper part of it is not coming. That one is just the intro of the name of the question, the name of the company. So I think we still have the question here. Product quantity, price per unit. So the name of the product is the sales units. For the name of the product are SI, MI, and LAR, LAR. So the quantity sales units are 1,200, 2,400, 1,800. That's the sales. And anytime you see sales unit given, it means that that's the principal budget factor. And then that's the first thing, because that's their limits. They tell us that this company, for product SI, they can only sell 1,200 units. So all the other budgets should depend on the 1,200 units. Yes, even if they can produce more than 1,200, they shouldn't do that, because that's the only unit that they can sell for that year. And then the various selling price too is as follows. So that's the selling price. 80 Ghana cedis per unit, 96 and then 112. So basically that's the sales budget. So that is it. Then the material used in companies, in the company's products. Material use, in fact, the arrangement has shifted a little. I think you have the unaltered version. So check if you have what I'm reading in your handout. Let me know, because some of the notes does not have. So kindly check if you have this question, the one that I'm reading in your notes. Let me know. If you don't have it, too, kindly let me know. So that is it. If you have it, let me know. If you don't have it, too, let me know. Because some of the notes is not in, yes. Especially last sentence notes. The latter parts, I excluded it. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so then we move on. Then we have the material usage. Oh. Okay, so the top is there. Yeah, the top is there. I've seen the top. Yes, this is the top. This is the top. What's going on with my machine? NIL Limited manufactures 3 products called SI, MI, and LAR. That's a lab. So SI, MI, lab. So that's similar. SI, MI, or lab. So similar. Similar. Good. The information given below relates to the month of October 2011. So the month of October 2011. So this is the information, the one that you have here. Good, 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 good. So that is it. So let's see. Hey, what's happened? Good, 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 good. So let's see. This is question 10. Wow. Okay, so here is it. Okay, they are here. So let's go down and see. Oh, the technology say you fail us. Okay, for those of you who have the question, can probably move with me. So you give me the figures. I wanted to show you something here. Okay, so we have the material stock, MA, MB. So that's the material usage. The material usage. Wow. the material usage. That this figure, to I think I have it here. Good. So we can continue. So that the material used in the company's products, they are material MA, MB, then MC. Good. So ABC. Unit cost, there are 3 cities, 5 cities, and 8 cities. So that's for the material purchase budget. Quantity used in MA. So if you want to produce a unit of product SI, you need 5 kg. You need 5 kg of material MA. And then when you go to the other section, you need 3 of material MB in order to finish a unit of what? Product SI. So here, please make sure that you know the difference between the product, the actual product, that's the output or the finished goods, and the material, the raw material. So here with this question, the product is what? SI, MI, and then the La. But the raw materials, they are the MA, MB, and MC. So that is it. So there are 3 materials and 3 what? 3 products too as well. So now let's move on. So this one states that finished stocks, product SI, MI, they are there. So the quantities, October 2000, 1200, sorry, October 1st and October end. This is the open inventory and this is the closing inventory. So 1st and 31st. That's the one is open, one is closing. And that is it. Good. So we are done analyzing the question. So now we will go to the board soon and then do the calculation right now. Good. So now let's go to the board and then let's see how best we can start. Now with the sales budget, don't consider it to be a terrible one with the sales budget because usually we don't normally ask for the principal budget factor because it won't be a question. When we solve it, you will analyze it that it will not be a question. Good, it will not be a question at all. The sales budget, if that's the principal budget factor, then we don't normally ask that one. Why? Because everything you need to prepare will be given to you in a question and it will be straightforward. So that's it. And the exam too is a professional exam. So straightforward questions are not normally interested. So take note for us. Okay, so now let's go straight. Let me see if I can devise some. So right here. I think it's okay. Good. So let's see. Okay, so first of all, we will start with the sales budget. So we will start with the sales budget. So the sales budget, all what you need to know is the units, the quantity, and then the selling prices. Then you are done. So let's go straight and see. Kindly give me figures and then numbers when we start the calculation. So let me fasten this thing well. Good. So we will have something like this. Good. So we start. Question A, I, sales budget. Sales budget. Now, if the sales budget or sales is the principal budget factor for that organization, it will make the sales budget preparation so easy. Everything you need will be in the question. Because we said that the principal budget factor is the one that organization should budget on it first. And usually, most of the functional budget question, we will give it to you. Oh yes, because that's what the organization lacks. So that is it. So when you go to the question, now tell me the unit. Now let's bring the product here. SI, MI, similar, right? So the product are similar. Then provide some total here. Now let me put unit here. So what's the unit? So the unit, you can probably be typing it for me. Unit for that of SI. Is it 1,200? I'm going to refer if it's 1,200. 1,200. Good, 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 good. So SI is 1,200. MI is what? 2,400. And then finally 1,800. And your various selling price. So selling price are the 80, 96, 112. So the selling price are the selling price 18, 96, and 112. So what will be the sales value? So budgeted sales value will be, and that's the end of the game. So after all, what have we done here? It's not done anything. We just copy whatever is in the question and presenting it here. So that's why I'm saying that the principal budget factor, usually we don't ask for it because it's in the question already. So let's see, what will be the answer? 96,000, right? Good. Then what about this? Yes, you can start multiplying. Kindly give me figures and then numbers. So 2,400 times 96, that'll give us 230. 230, 400. So 230, 400. Okay, I like that. Yes. Then the last one will be 1,800 by that of 112. That'll give us 201,600. 201,600. So that's the sales budget. They say this is the unit and this is the value. Unit and value. If you want to get a value, just multiply by the selling price and you're done. And don't forget that I place some total there. I place some total there. Wow. Good, 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 good. Good. I place some total here. This section. So you total this, and put it there. So that's your total sales revenue. Total budgeted sales revenue. And that is it. It's so straightforward and it's so basic. So that is it. Now let's move on to the next. If you check the requirements, the next question will be the production budget. Production budget. Production what? Budget. Production budget. Good. Production budget. Now with the production budget, it's like this. Let's assume that you produce and sell. Let's assume you produce and sell. And then the whole year, you have to, your sales is 1,200. That's your sale. Let's assume that you don't have any open inventory, you don't have any closing inventory. How many units should you have to produce before you can be able to sell your 1,200? So you have to also produce what? 1,200. Agreed? Yes. If your sales is 1,200, what will be the production unit? You want to sell 1,200 of your products. How many should you have to produce before you can sell 1,200? Assuming that you don't have any of the product there, or you don't want to leave any one to, so you have to also produce what? Good. Produce the 1,200. That's it. Because I want to sell 1,200, then I have to make 1,200 of the goods available so that I can sell it. How we get that? So that's the first analysis. What if you already have 200 of the goods there? Wow. You already have open inventory. Already you have 200 of the goods there. This year you want to sell 1,200 bags of rice. Already you have 200 bags of rice there. So the question is, how many bags of rice do you have to go and buy or produce? How many bags of rice do you have to produce before you can sell your 1,200? Who can tell me? How many bags of rice? The possible answers are 1,004, 1,002, 1,900, 800. Yes. Good. 1,000. I like that because we are not going to produce this 200 because it's free. It's open. We are not going to produce it. So we have to produce 1,000. How do you get your 1,000? So it means that you subtracted it, right? Okay, and you had 1,000. Good. What if after production, we have to leave a closing inventory of, let's say, 300? That one too, how many units should we produce? So now I've added a closing inventory. We have to leave. It means that we have to produce more than necessary so that there will be 300 what? Remainder. After our sales, there should be a 300. So if we should leave a closing inventory, normally some organizations keep closing inventory. So let's say if it's 300, what will be the production unit now? If we have to leave 1,300, I like that. 1,300. 1,300. Good. So it means that, in short, if you want to get your production units, all what you have to do is bring your sales units, less your open inventory, and then add the closing inventory, and then you are done. So that's the production. Or purchases. Anytime you're looking for purchases, it's also the same. So that instead of using sales, use cost of sales. So that is it. So that's the formula. So that's the formula or the format that we are going to use to prepare the production budget. So anytime you are preparing production budgets, not from the scratch, you start from probably the sales up to the closing inventory. Good. So you start your sales. So sales. So you start your sales. Then come to your open inventory. Then finally, you come to your closing inventory. So that is it. Good. Now the sales units for that of SI, they are here. These are the sales units. So you just have to repeat them because we said that the principal budget factor is the budget that all the other budget depend on. So if you are going to produce 1,200, so if you are going to sell 1,200, how many units should you produce in order to get 1,200 to sell? So here to be 2,400, 1,800. Now give me the open inventory for SI, for the open inventory. Yes. So the open inventory will be for product SI, for the open inventory for product SI. 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 Okay. What do you get? Is it 1,200? The open inventory for product SI. Good. So let's go to the question and see if we can make it, if we can see it there. Okay, so that is it. Now let's go to finished stocks, product SI, MI, and LA. Quantities. The open is 1,002, closing is what? 1,320. So 1,200 and 1,320. So that is it. So 1,800 and 600, right? 1,800 and 600. So have you seen it? So that's the open inventory. Then what's the closing inventory for MI and then LA? Can you get it for me? Oh, okay. You don't have the hard copy of this. Wow. So it means that it should be turning your screen. Okay, so someone said that. Okay, so now let me, but if I display it, would you be able to see the board, the write-up? If you can do that, then I'll do the sharing. So let me see. When I do this, and you can still see the board. Good. So the closing inventory for that of MI is 1,980. So 1,980. Then we have 662 here. Good. I hope you can see the board as well as what the notes. Good. Oh, okay, so that's fine. If you can see, then that's fine. So now let's pick our items. And then, okay, so now let's put it together. So here the production will be what? Production of 1320. Oh yes, they have to produce 1320. Because putting 1200 less 1200 0 plus 1320 to give us 1320. Then for product MI, it will be 2400 less the 1800 plus 1980. So are the answers in for me? Let me check if I have any answer here. Not yet. Okay, so 2400 less 1800 plus 1980. That's the 2580. 2580. So 2580. Good. Then we move on to La. With the La, the the sales is 1800. So to be 1800 plus the open inventory of 600. Then, minus. Then plus 660. That'll give us 1860. Good. 1860. That's the production. Then you are done. So that is it. So this is how we are going to prepare the functional budget exam purpose. Okay, good. So V, yeah, plus 1860. So this is the production. You are done. Please, anytime you are looking for purchases in budget, that's the same way you have to also go through purchases. For purchases, a manufacturer will produce, but a trading company will not produce. He will go and buy and sell. So for a manufacturer, you have to use the cost of sales. Sorry, for a trading company, cost of what? Sales. And everything remains the same. So for a trading company, the one that buys and sells, a company that buys and sells, they will not produce because they don't produce. So they'll go and buy and sell. So we ask you, calculate the purchases figure for us. So for that one, you have to use what? Cost of sales. Yes, because I'll put one test on the screen right now for you to work it out for me. So take note, that one was a trading company. Though we will not let you, we won't tell you whether it's a trading or a manufacturer. But the details in the question should let you know which of the company you are working for. Good. So that is it. So that one to still, after picking your cost of sales to be here, and then the remaining item move the same. And that one, because purchases, we will give you value. You have to pick the value. So cost of sales, closing, opening inventory and closing inventory, they are value. But these ones are units. All these ones, they are units. They are units. They are what? Units. These are units. Oh yes, sales unit, inventory, open inventory, closing inventory. This is the production unit. So production, hey, sorry, the board won't follow me. Good. So this is the production unit. So let me put unit here. That's the production unit. Good. So that is it. So that is it. Now from production unit, the next one we are going to calculate is what we call material usage budget. Material usage budget. Now that you know, let's start from the scratch. Now that you know that you can only sell 1,200 units, and now you know that you have to produce 1320 in order to sell your 1,002, then what will be the quantities of the material that you need or quantity of material you're going to use? That's the material usage. So now that you know that you are going to serve 1,320 customers, at the bank. Now, what are the materials that you have to put in place so that it will help you to serve your 1,320 your customers? How we get that? So that is it. So take note. Now let's see how we can get that one. And that one too is very straightforward. And with that one, please locate the material, because that one is material usage. So let me write here. Let me come down. So like this, I hope you can see. Let me try and see if it's visible. I hope it's visible. Let me turn it sideways and see. Good, 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 good. Okay, so that is it. So material usage budget. Material usage budget. So that is it. That one, it talks about the material itself. So, and then we have material MA, MB, and then MC. Good. So that one, let's go to the question again. They should tell us, if we want to produce a unit of SI, how many MA do we need? How many MB do we need? How many MC do we need? Like you want to produce Sobolo, the materials that probably you need maybe what? One, the leaves. That's the bisal leaf. Two, you need what? The ginger. And then the spices. So these are the three materials, plus your bottle and plus your water. Putting all this material into consideration. Now, if you're going to produce 1,320 bottles or liters of Sobolo, then the leaf that you need, how many leaf? How many spices? How many probably bottles will you require for this? So that's the material usage budget. So the quantities that you need that will probably help you to produce. So that is it. So let's go to the question and let's jot them down. So they will give it to us. So you can see quantity used in MA, MB, MC. It means that if they want to produce a unit of SI, they need 5 of MA, they need 3 of MB, and they need 1 of MC. The same applies to what? MI. They need 4 of MA, 4 of MB, and 3 of what? MC. So that is it. So if I can write the pattern down, let's write the pattern down. So MA is not parts. So let me put MA here, MB, MC. Then it will be something like this. SI, MI, and then LAR. Good. So that's the product. In fact, the product, always you have to make sure that you know the difference between the product and then the raw material. Yes. So take notes for us. So I'll have 531. So 531. Then I have 443. Oh yes, 443. Wow. 443. Then I'll have 322. Good. Now I have this. We can probably go to the board. Now we can go to the board. Okay, so now what we need probably is this bit of the information. That's what we need. Is that bit of information is what we need. So I'll start with SI. Here, the unit will come SI. So I ask myself, if I want to produce a unit of SI, how many quantities of MA do I need? So I need 5. So now I'm going to produce 13, 20, and I need 5. What will be the quantities of material that I'll probably have to mix? So each unit of SI, I need 5 of MA. Now I'm going to produce 13, 20. So it will be what? The 13, 20 multiplied by what? By 5. Oh yes, because each unit requires what? 5, and I'm going to produce 13, 20. So in total, what will be the material usage? So 13, 20 by 5 will probably give us 6,600. So 6,600. Now let's go to MB. Still, if I want to produce a unit of SI, how many units of MB do I need? I need 3. So I'll do the same calculation, 13, 20 by what? By 3. But that one, I'll put it under MB. I'll put it under what? Under material MB. Why? Because it's for MB. Please, that one, we are not going to pick MI, no. I'm still at the SI. I'm still with the SI. So take note for us. Okay, so that is it. So times 3 will give us, that's 3960. So 3960. Then lastly, we need what? 1. Lastly, we need 1. So that will be 1320 times what? 1. And it's to give us what? 1320. So you do this. So this one is for only SI. So it will be 3 by 3 matrix. So 3 by 3. So let's see. Let's go to MI, product MI. So that one you do it for me. If I do 1, you do 1. Yes, 1-to-1 mapping. Then we balance the equation. Good. So for product MI, we say we are going to produce 2580 or 2580. If you want to produce a unit of MI, how many MA do you need? So MI, we need 4 of what? MA. We need what? 4 of MA. So 4 of MA. So it means that it will be 4 by 2580, right? Good. So that is it. So that will give us can you give me figures? So let's see. So it will be 2580 by what? By 4. And that will give us 10,320. I like that. Yes. So it will be 10,320. The second one too is 4. So probably we can push the same figure here, right? Or if you don't want trouble to, you open your bracket nicely like this by 4 and come and put it here. Yes, you come and step him down. Good. And then the last one too will be so the last one will be the 3 by what? By 2580 times what? Times 3. So by 3, and that will be the last year. And that one is okay, it's not yet ready. Good. So you will have 2580 times what? 3. 7740. So should be down 7740. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now we are done with MI. Then you go to the LA. Don't forget MI is still here. So you go to LA. La. Daddy. So. Oh, yes. So let's go to La. That one to be any solution for me lies here. If you want to produce a unit of La, you need 3 of MA, you need 2 of MB, and 2 of what? MC. So that one too will be into brackets. And here we are producing 1,860. So 1,860 by that of 3, that will give us that of 3. So 1,860 by 3 will give us, yeah, I like that. 5580. Okay, so 5580. So that will be the first one, 5580. Now let's move on. What about MB? What about MB? 3720. 3720. Good. So MB will be 60 times 2. So that will give us the 3720. So 3720 and then 3720. And then that's the end of the material usage budget. So you put all together and it will give you the total material that you need. That's what you need. That's the usage. The total material or usage. So kindly put it together. Let's see. So it will be starting from the MA 6,600 plus 10,320 plus 5580. So finally it gives us 22,500. Is that what you had? Good. So 22,500. So let's put it here. 22,500. Good. Yes, so that's correct. Now let's check the MB. So 3,960 plus the 13,320 plus the 3720. And that one to give us 18,000 MB. Yeah. That's great. 18,000. What about MC? MC2 will be, so that one too will be 1320. 1320. Okay, so 12,780. So 12,780. Good. So 12,780. So this is material usage budget. That's the material usage budget. It means that before we can achieve our objective, this is the total material of what? MA. Total unit of MA that we should make it available in order to produce this and to sell this. So have you seen how it runs? It starts from the principal budget factor. If you want to achieve your objective, then sell 1,200. If you want to sell 1,200, don't forget to produce 1320. And if you want to produce 1320, don't forget you need materials of what? 22,500. So from this stage, then we have to decide, make a decision. Do we need to go and buy all these materials, or we have some of them there? So that is it. So from here, we are moving on to what? Material purchases. This is material usage. So this is the material purchases. So total material usage. Total material usage. So basically, that is it. So I'm moving on. If you have any question, kindly ask before I move on to material usage. I'll move on to material usage. Sorry, material purchases. Material purchases. Good. And you can also jot down some notes. Kindly copy up to this section for me. From here up to here, So I'll take it off, then I'll do the material purchases there. Yes. Make sure that you understand them. Yes. So that is it. Let me know when you are done copying, because I'll clean that session. Or I should go ahead and clean it because, okay, so we can continue now. Good. So let me take off this session. So the next one that we are going to produce or prepare, we also need the details of this, which all of them depends on the principal budget factor. So that is it. Good. And you will be fine. Kindly don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube page for us. Yes. So that you can get notification. I may not be able to probably post the video on WhatsApp. I'll forward it to your mail for you. Then kindly subscribe so that at least you get the notification. So anytime there's new video, you get a reminder, then you go and then probably download it or watch it. Or your Google Drive, you can easily go there and pick it up from that session too. Yeah. Okay, so the last work that probably will do with this is the material purchase budget. So that will be material purchase or purchases, material purchases budget. Good. So now that you said you need 22,500, how many of these do you have to go and buy? Do you have to go and buy all of them? So that is it. Do you have to go and buy all of them? So take notes of that. Okay. So with the material purchases, anytime you are looking for purchases, it move with production. So basically, you bring the total of the item there and you massage it with the opening inventory or the closing inventory. Now let's assume that we need 2,000 units. That's the material usage. Material usage is 2,000. We need it to produce. Assuming that we don't have any material there at all, how many units should we go and buy in addition? How many units should we go and buy? We have to go and buy what? 2,000, the entire 2,000. So go and buy what? Your 2,000. Why? Because you don't have any of the materials there. Good. Now let me start the massage. This time around, I won't start with the open. What if after the production, you have to leave 500 units down for your production? Okay, so it means that I have to go and buy 2,500 so that when I use 2,000 for my production, I will leave what? 500. This 500 is the closing inventory, so you add. Okay, now what's about if I have open inventory of 1,000 there, free of charge? I won't use it. So even I should buy what? 1,000. If I should leave 500 there, then it means that I have to go and buy what? 2,000. I have to go and buy 1,500. Sorry, it will be 1,500 because take this one from this, making 1,000, add the 500 back to it, and that is it. So that's the format that we are going to use here. So here, you first of all bring your material usage budget here. Now let's name the material. Now you are doing the material, so the product name will not come on top. Once you mention material, the product name should be on top. So take note of that one too, and you will be fine. Good. So material MA, MB, then MC. And I'll say, okay, material usage. That's the requirement. Material usage, the requirement. Good. So material usage, that's the requirement. I need 22,500 here. I need 18,000. And finally, I need 12,780. 12,780. Then I'll say, okay, let's any open inventory. Open what? Inventory. Open inventory of material, not finished goods. So you have to go and pick what? Open inventory of what? Material. Why are we lessening the open inventory? Because we will not buy it. It's there. We can just use it for our production. And then we add closing inventory. Why are we adding closing inventory? Because that one we have to buy extra and leave some for tomorrow's production. If you don't buy more, you won't get some for tomorrow's production. So that's why that one we are adding to what we are going to buy. So let's go to the question and then pick those items, and then we are almost done. Okay, that's good news. I hope you are watching though, because I'll give you one right now for you to do for me right after this, and then you'll be fine. Oh yes, you will be fine. So let's go and pick. So good. So material stocks. Have you seen it there? Good. Material what? Stocks. MA is there. So let's go down and see if they can give us the open. So open balance for MA is 31,200. So MA will be 31,200. Good. That of MB is 24,000. That's good. And that of MC2 is what? 14,400. Good. Now let's pick the closing inventory of the materials. Oh, the thing has scattered. Okay, it has come back. The closing inventory is 37,444. It seems that we have to leave 37,444. 440. Sorry. So that is it. 28,800. Why are they having double figures like that? And then 17,280. So 17,280 as a change of this. 17,280. So that is it. Then we are almost through. Someone said, please, which section? Which section? Because it's a change, yes. One thing about functional budget is that if you don't get the very first answer correct, it runs through all your calculation, because these ones are the production coming from sales. These ones are the material usage coming from, we are doing it here, coming from here. So if there's a mistake or there's an error somewhere, it will follow you up to this point. So I hope that the whole show, wow, we've done a lot too. Okay, don't worry. When you are solving the next question, you'll be fine. So make sure that you partake in the next question solving. Good. I'll probably go over again. So I've cleaned some parts of the board away. Okay, so that is it. So now give me the answers. That's the material purchases. Material purchases. This one is in units. So material purchases into bracket units before we find the cost per unit. Good. So now the material usage is 22,500. We already have 31,200 there, open inventory, we won't buy it. So we less it from whatever we are going to buy so that we can buy the remaining. But we have to leave 37. So that 37, we have to buy it. So we add it to it. So what will be the answer? Any answer for me? So it will be 22,500 minus 31,200. Finally, plus 37,440. So that's 28. Yes. I like that. 28,740. So it means that we have to go and buy 28,740 units. This one is in units. Then that of MB will be what? I like that. 22,800. You should go and buy 22,800. And then lastly, 15,660. So this is what we are going to buy. And all these ones, they are units. They are not into monetary value. So with the material purchases, we have it in units and in value. If you want to find the value, how much will it cost you to go and buy these 28,740 units? How much will it cost you to go and buy these 22,800 units? How much will it cost you to go and buy 15,660 units? So that's the value. So you bring the material cost here. What's the cost of each material of that of MA? Cost of material of MB? Cost of material of what? MC. So cost per unit is what? Now let's go to the question and go and pick it. So I will pick MC. So someone also pick MA and MB for me when you go to the question. Now when you go to the question, the material cost was on top of, yes, so was on top. So material, you can see material MA, MB, MC. Unit cost is 3 cedis per MA, 5 cedi, and 8 cedis. So let me put them down. 3 cedis, 5 cedis, and finally 8 cedis. So that is it. What do you do again? Let's do the multiplication and then you are fine. Good, so that is it. Now what do you think will be the value? So this is the value. So this one is in cedis. So material purchases into bracket value of Ghana cedis. So that will give us 28. So to be 28,740 by 3. So times 3. 86,220. So 86,220. Good. 5 times 22,800. So 5 times 22,800, that'll give us 114,000. Good, I like that. So 114,000. And then the last one will be 15,660 times 8 Ghana cedis. That's 93,000. You had 93,960. Yes. Kindly check again. Kindly check again and come back again. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. The one who had the 93, the one who had the 93, 960. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. Yes, okay, good. So it's 125,280. That's good. So 125,280. And that's the end of the game. So we are done solving this question. Good. Please make sure that you understand. If you have any question, kindly ask before I turn the baton on you, and then you are going to do mine for me. If I do one, you do one. So the next question, you will solve it for me. It's very short. The next questions are very short. Don't take long like this. Okay, so make sure that you understand each and every part of the question. Make sure that you understand each and every part of the question. I'll solve one more, but before I solve those questions, you will do it before I will solve them. I will solve them. Good. Before I will solve them. So question time, understanding time. Kindly push all your question to, and then Mr. Sifas, I hope you are fine. I hope you are following small. I hope you are following small. Yes, you'll be fine. Any question? Okay, so take some notes and then make sure they understand every part, because the next one you are going to do it for me. Good. The next one you are going to do it for me. So you're going to do 2 of them. Yes. So make sure that you understand every part of this question before the next question. Okay, so if there's no question, so I can probably proceed and then give you your own, and then you do it for me. So now it's your turn. So let me go and select one of the questions. Very nice and interesting one. Nice and then interesting. Good. So I think it will be question. One of the question. So let me see if I can use this to go down. Okay, there's a question for me. Let me go and pick it up. Yes. Yes. I've uploaded the soft copy on the platform, so kindly get it. In this, the question I'm going to do, I'll screenshot it, so it will be on my page. So, yes. So you try one for me, okay? Don't worry, you'll be fine. You try one for me. I will capture the question on my page, so that my screen, so that you won't have any difficulty. Question 8 will be your homework in advance. Please, question 8. If you don't solve it, and when I start solving it, you'll be seeing stars. I don't want that thing to happen. I'll do question 8 probably on Saturday, if and only if everybody solve it. Even if one person does not solve it, I won't do, because that person will see stars. Yes, and this is your past question. Yes. And the same question dropped again. So this question has dropped 2 times. 2 times. So that's why everybody should try it before I go through. It's a functional budget. So question 8. It's a functional budget question. Very simple. Production budget, direct material costs, direct material purchase, direct labor utilization budget, and direct wages cost budget. So that was the question. The closing figure. Somebody is asking for closing figure. Okay. For material purchase budget, closing figure for MA. MA, the closing figure is 86,222. Is that correct? So that would be 28,740 times 3. Yeah, so that's fine. The closing stock. Closing stock is 37,440. That's the closing stock. The closing stock for material MA is 37,440. Yes, and it was in the question, so that is it. Now let's go back to the question. So kindly, please do as if you are not doing question 8, because I'll only solve it if and only if everybody solve it, so that no one will see stars. No, I don't want any stars in class. Now let me go straight to the question that I want you to try your hands on it for me right now. I'm giving you only 2 minutes. Yes, that question calls for 2 minutes. That question calls for 2 minutes. Good. Good. Think I am almost there. Okay. So have you seen this question? Yes. So this is a question that we are going to do now. This is our last question for the day. Question 12. Question number 12. We are still under the functional budget. Question 12. So if I should go to the requirement, you are doing the first part for me. Prepare the production budget on a monthly. Okay. Yes. Prepare the production budget on monthly basis for the first quarter of 2016. 3 marks. So let me give 3 minutes. So that is it. Then let me go to the section that you need. Good. So this all prepare the production budget. So start work. Now let me put a time on it, so that it may probably remind us. So start work. If I do one, you do one. Kindly involve yourself. Yes. Kindly involve yourself. Try and then do. Good. So welcome back. So let's see the solution. Kindly let me have your answers. Then let me see how we can do it. So I have Jude answer, Madam Hannah. Wow. I like some of the answers. Yes. In fact, I'm happy. So at least I've gotten the marking scheme from one of the solutions. Yes, I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. Oh, yes. Extremely happy. Okay, so let me solve it and then see how best we can go. It says that Diminutive Limited is a manufacturing company situated at what? Jubilee Field that produces chemicals for oil production. The company is preparing its budget for the coming year. It expects to be able to sell 10,000 tons of its only product, the sparkle oil, in January 2016. Sales are then expected to rise to 11,000 tons. These are units. These are what? Units. Please, if your answers are not here, kindly be forwarding them. If your answers are not here, kindly be forwarding them. I have only 2 here. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. So let me move on. Yes, the answers are coming. Yes, make sure that your answers are part. Good. Now, where do I even reach? Sales are then expected to rise to 11,000 tons in February and 14,000 tons in March, and then remain stable. I like that term. And then remain what? Stable for the rest of the year. So if I should understand it well, so from March up to December, it will be 14,000 per month. That's the sales. That's the meaning of that statement. Now let's move on. Diminutive Limited aims to carry a finished goods inventory at the end of each month equal to 10% of the following month's sales. That's where the confusion set in. So I'll do that. When we start the actual solution, yes, the answers are coming. The answers are coming. I like that. The answers are coming. Good, 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 good. I like that. I like that. I like that. Wow. Summer marking scheme. Let me see the marking scheme that I have. Let me see the marking scheme that I have. Okay, so one. Wow, okay. So far I have one marking scheme. Oh yes. So far I have one marking scheme. So far I have one marking scheme. Okay, V. Wow. V. Let me see. Good, 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 good. Still, I have one marking scheme. Thank you. I'm still looking for, if you have not submitted your own, can you bring it before we produce the marking scheme together? Yes. Good. Now let's go to the board. Let's go to the board. Good. Now, when we are looking for production budget, only 3 items, you are done. Once it's production, 3 items. But can say that in Ghana. Eko miense, yes. Eko baako, eko mienu, and eko miensa. Conversion of 3, right? Okay. Another answer to 10,000, 12,000, 15,100, 15. Hey, wow. You have 4 answers for me. Okay, I'll pick that. In fact, any answer is what? Valid until the final marking scheme is reviewed. So all the answers are correct. But there are marking schemes in there. Okay, so I'll start. It was AI or so. So production budget. I hope you can see from that session. Production budget. Good. So production budget. Kindly subscribe to the YouTube page for all your videos. Or you can go to the Google Drive to download it there. Straightforward. Yes. And also go there. Just that the Google Drive is full. Yes. Unless I delete the old ones and upload new one. Okay, so January for the first quarter. February. Let me push it here. February and then March. Now, when I'm doing production budgets, we need 3 items. Well, yes. Good. I like that solution too. I need 3 items. 3. What are they? I need the sales units. Good. So sales units. I need the open inventory. Wow. And then finally, I need my closing inventory. So Ecomiensa. That's the 3 items that you need. Yes, that's the local dialect. Okay, but all your answers, they are correct. Super fantastic. Perfect. Now let's see. Now what's the sales unit? Here, sale to be 10,000, 11,000 or so, and it remains 14,000, right? That one was a bit clear. So let's go there and visit the question for that bit. It says that it expects to be able to sell 10,000 tons of its only product, the sparkle oil, in January, and then expect to rise to what? Sorry, full stop. In January 2016, sales are then expected to rise to 11,000 tons in February and 14,000 tons in March, and then remain stable for the rest of the year. So that is it for the rest of the year. Okay, so I think we got it right. Now let's see. With the closing inventory and then the open inventory, we will give you 1. Oh yes, it's 1 that they have to give it to you so that you know that you last it. Closing inventory here becomes open inventory there. If it's open inventory, it was closing here. In that order, that analysis should be in. Good, so that is it. Now let's go and look for the closing inventory. Now be with me and let's see. That was the challenging section. So aside that, then the question was a bit straightforward. Now they said Diminutive Limited aims to carry a finished goods inventory at the end of each month equal to what? 10% of the following month's sales. I like that. 10% of the following month's sales. 10% of the following month's sales. So if I want the closing inventory for January, I have to take 10% of February sales. So 10% of this is 1,100. Let me put it here. 1,100. Let me even start from December. Assuming I start from December, where will I put December's own? Don't worry, I'll put it here. If I'm starting from December, let me put it here for the meantime. Though it's not part of the solution. December closing inventory will be 10% of January sales. That's what? 1,000. So 10% of 10,000 is what? 1,000. So 1,000, put 1,000 here. When I go to January, 10% of 11,000 is 1,100. How we get that? Good. Now let's go to February. 10% of the next month's sales, that's March. That's 14,000. 10% of 14,000 is what? 1,004. And they said that when we are in March, 10% of April sales is also 1,004. Why 1,004? They sell and sales remain the same. And thereafter remains the same for the rest of the year. So it means that sales for April is also 14,000. That's the meaning. Sales for April is also what? 14,000. Oh, why? Sales for April is also what? 14,000. So if it is 14,000, 10% will be what? 1,004. How we get that? Oh, yes. So that's the closing inventory. Now let's go to the open inventory. Now when you go to the open inventory, don't worry yourself. Closing inventory becomes open for the next period. We are done. That's the end of the question. So the closing inventory for December, which is 1,000, it will be open here, right? And don't forget the open inventory, we say we less it because we are not going to produce that. Closing inventory here becomes what? Open inventory here. You less it. Closing inventory here becomes what? Open inventory here. Good. And that's the end of the game. Thank you. Now let's assume that you didn't bring the December. So this section was empty. Oh yes. Let's assume I didn't use that method. Oh yes. Now let's do something here. You realize that the open inventory for all of them is the same as 10% of that year's sales. Oh yes, because open inventory is 1,004 here. The sales is 14,000, so that's 10%. 10%. So automatically, the open inventory here to be what? 10% of this. That's 1,000 Ghana, which is the same. So that is it. Okay. Okay. Someone is giving me answers. So okay, so now tell us the final answer or the marking scheme. The final answer or the marking scheme. Yes. So someone had the marking scheme. Yes. Someone had a marking scheme. Yes. Let me look for. Yes. So here will be 10,100, right? Good. And here will be 10,000 or 11,300. And yes, 14,000. I hope you get that. So that's good. And that's the end of the game. Now let me try the B part or the second part of the question to end today's class. To end today's class. That's the B part. Don't forget your homework. Question 8. Kindly go through. It's your past question. Oh, this animal dodged me. Okay, so that is it. Good, good, good. Yes, yes. Yeah, so someone was having the marking scheme. Yes. Someone was having a marking scheme. So that is it. Okay. Now, if you get it now, can I move on to the final show of the question? Yes. Actually, yeah. If you have any question, kindly put it on the screen. Let me pick it up before I finish this question. Other than that, You have to push the question to my mail. Yes, you have to put the question to my mail. So that is it. Put a question to my mail, and then you'll be fine. Okay. Hey, this animal want to disturb me. Good, 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 good. Now let's move on. There was another star again. Where from this? There's another star again, and that one too next week when we pick it up. I'll bring it. In fact, this is ICA May 2017. So this is ICA, typical ICA past question. Oh, yes. So that is it. Now let's go to the B part of the question. In fact, that question too is ACCA past question. Just I don't remember the setting. It's very old ACCA question. It came in ICA May 2017. And then I also brought it today for your trial test. So it's 3 past questions. ICA, ACCA, and your class today. So it's also a past question in our class. Now let's move on. The second part of the question says that prepare a labor budget for the first quarter 2016, showing 2 items for us. 1, labor hours. 2, labor costs. Assume that all production workers work at least 160 hours per month. That's a guaranteed minimum. Now let's see. Let's continue reading. I think the remaining part of the question will answer that. Now let's see. Each sparkle oil takes 2 hours of labor, 2 hours labor to make, 2 hours of labor to make. So that is the 2 hours. So now let me come back here. So it means that if we need 2 hours and then we have produced, let's say we are going to produce 10,100, then I can put the hours here 222. So we need 2,100, right? Okay, in fact, that's the solution. So that is it. But let's move further. That was so that is it. If you want to get the total hours that we need, you just have to multiply the production unit by the hours per unit. So each sparkle oil takes 2 hours of labor to make. Diminutive Company Limited's 130 production workers are employed on contract. Good. Anytime you see that they've employed them on contract, it means that they have a guaranteed minimum hours. Oh yes. If on contract, it means that you have a minimum hours or a guaranteed hours to work. So that is it. And then if we continue, it says that Unity Company Limited's 132 production workers are employed on contract that require them to work a minimum of 160 hours per month. So each of them will work for 160 hours. So if they are 132 and they're going to work for, okay, there's a question for me. Let me go and pick it up. It's a question. Let me go and pick it up. The January figure. Wow. Hey, you brought yourself. Hey. Somebody, January, what's the sales unit? Is it 10,000? Yes, if the sales unit is 10,000, the open inventory is what? 1,000. Closing inventory is 1,100. So 10,000 less 1,000 plus 1,100. So let's do the calculation. 10,000 plus 1,000, sorry, less 1,000. That'll give us 9,000. 9,000 plus 1,100. That will give us what? 10,100. So I didn't even check your own. Wow. So let me go and see. Let's go and see the cash, the sales for. So it expects to be able to sell 10,000 tons of its only product, sparkle oil, in January. So January is 10,000. Oh, so should I take? So I'll take my. Yes, no figure for December. No, no December. So we don't need December. I brought it there for us to know the closing inventory for that of December so that we can move it forward to that of January. So no figure for December. Good. So December, no figure. So it says that sales in January 2016. So in January, so January is 10,000. So I guess it's 10,100. Wow. So it's 10,100. 10,100. 10,100. Yes, kindly do the calculation again and let's see. Yes, because that's 10,100. Because we are calculating for the first quarter, January to what? March. January to March. I hope it's clear now. Okay. So make sure that you get the same answer. Make sure that you get the same answer when you do the calculation. When you do the calculation. You're not getting the same answer. You're not getting the same answer. Okay, so what is your sales figure for January? What's the sales figure for January? What is your open inventory for January? And what's your closing inventory for January? Good, sales is 10,000. What's the open? The open inventory for January. So open inventory. No open inventory. No open inventory. No, there should be open inventory. Oh, yes. There should be open inventory. Why? Because we are saying this. Diminutive Limited aims to carry a finished goods inventory at the end of each month equal to 10% of the following month sales. So following month sales. So that's why when I started the game, I wrote December here. Good. So if I'm looking for December's closing inventory, then it should be what? 10% of sales for that of what? January. So December closing inventory will be nothing but 10% of January sales. And January sales is 10,000. So 10% of 10,000 is what? 1,000. So that's for December closing inventory. Even though they've not asked us to prepare December, so it's not part of it. But we need this balance to be able to move it forward to next year. So January, it's closing here, it will be what? Open here as what? As 100. So as 1,000. And open inventory we subtract. So you less it from this before you add closing inventory to it, and you get the answer. So the answer will be what? With the 10,100. I hope you get that. Good. So there's what? Open inventory. Oh yes, there's open inventory. If they have not given to you, probably we have to find it ourselves. Okay. If it's not in the question, we have to find it ourselves. So that is it. Thank you very much for that. I hope you get it now. And everyone to get it. Okay, so that's fine. Good, 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 good. Now let's move on to our last question. Now, the military companies, 132 production workers are employed on contracts that require them to work a minimum of 160 hours per month and are each paid 1,280 Ghana cedis per month. Production workers are highly skilled. It means that they require experienced staff. Yes, the workers are highly skilled and required a minimum of what? 1 year training. Oh, yes. You need experience before they can come and work on it. You can't go and call anybody. Come and sit behind a machine and start operating. You incur huge losses. Yes, you have to maintain your own staff. Yes, they know how to cut down costs for you. Good. In the short term, it is not possible to recruit any more production workers. Good. So if you cannot recruit, then the only option available for you is to do overtime. Let them work over and pay them extra. That's all. So it said that any labor hours required in excess of 160 hours per worker are made up by what? Overtime. That is paid at a basic rate plus overtime premium of what? 48%. Good. The original question was from the ACCA. That was 50%. That is it. So now let's calculate the production budget. Good. So I think we can continue now. So let me continue from this section. I hope everybody can see from that angle. So I'll say I. Production, labor budget. Good. Labor budget. So labor budget. Into bracket the hours. I'm starting with the hours first. So I have to bring January here, February here, and what? Finally, March. Let's start. What is the production? How many units they have to produce? January, they have to produce 10,100. So have you seen this? Oh, yes. Continue. This is the principal budget factor, the sales. Production depend, this depend in that order. So yes, 11,300. And finally 14,000. Hours required. Hours what? Required. Per unit is what? 2 hours. Two. So if we need 2 hours, so in total, how many hours do we need? Or how many hours do we have to make it available to produce this? So hours. So this is the total hours. So this is the total hours budget. Good. This is the total hours budget. Now with the hours, so 2 hours by 10,100, that'll give us 2,200 hours. Wow. It means that we need 20,200 hours before we can able to produce the 10,100. Yet we need 22,600. And finally, we need what? 28,000 hours. We are done with the hours budget. Have you seen? It's so straightforward, easy. But I can assure you that, the valuation is not all that straightforward. I hope you get it. Good. Now let's see the total hours available. Let's do something here. Total hours available. This is the hours available. So hours available. Now let's see the hours available. They have 132 workers. Agreed. 132 workers. Each of them work for how many? 160 hours per month. So in total, how many hours will the company have, or how many hours is available against what they need, so that if there's any excess, we can now what? Determine that excess as what? Overtime. Because how you pay overtime is not the same as how you pay the normal working hours. So what do you get if you multiply 211120, right? What do you get? So 132 by 160. Please, what do you get? What do you get? Okay, 21120. Good. So 21120. So it means that each and every month, this is the number of hours that we have available. Yes, 21120. 21120. So 21120. Good. So tell me, which of the months do we need overtime? Yeah. Everybody tell me, which of the time do you need overtime? So for January, we need 20,200 labor hours, but we have 120 hours. So we need it in February and March. So let's write overtime here. Overtime. So overtime hours. Good. So your overtime hours will be dashed because we have more than what we need. We have what? More than what we need. Now let's go to February. The February overtime will be what? So calculate overtime for me. So calculate the overtime for me in February. So February overtime will be February's overtime will be, so that's 22,600 less. Good. 1,480 hours. And then that's the shortage. And that one we have to make it up by overtime. And that of March will be 28,000 less 21,120. So that one will be good. Waiting. So 28,000 less 21,120. Answer 6,880. So 6,880. How we get that? Good. So that is it. Now let's go and do the evaluation. We have to continue. So you continue from this section. But I don't have space there, so I'm come to do it here. So continuation. So value. So let me say labor into bracket value. Good. So let me put my January here, February here, and then March. So the value. So this is the labor cost budget, the value. How do we get the value? The value will be, now we are going to get to basic. Give them their basic salary, and then you give them their overtime premium. Overtime premium. Overtime premium. Good. So what's the basic salary? Each employee, we pay him how much? 1,280, right? How many are they? They are 132. Good. So it means that in total, you are going to pay how much? In total, the amount will be times 132. So it means that you are going to pay 168,960 to each for each month. That's the wages. Okay, so you can confirm the calculation for me. Good. So 168,960. Good. So that is it. Okay, so this is the basic. So this is the pay that you have to give it to them when they work for these hours. The normal time. Now let's go and calculate overtime premium and then we are done. Have you seen? But the question was a bit challenging, but small. We are clearing it from the way. Okay. So that is it. Now let's see the overtime premium. Normally, how they pay overtime is not the same as how they pay the basic or the normal normally to entice them, because overtime is very stressful. Working when you are tired at the night is very stressful, so you have to give them more money before they come. So usually the overtime is something like this. There are so many ways of calculating it. If they don't give it to you in a question, it will tell you how you should calculate it. Okay, so that is it. Now, normally some organization, they paid overtime at the rate of the basic plus overtime premium. Good. So if your basic is, let's say, 10 Ghana cedis plus overtime premium of, let's say, 5 cedi, so they'll give you 15 cedis per hour. So anybody that work for overtime, you pay the person 15 cedis per hour. Meanwhile, their normal pay is what? 10 Ghana cedi per hour. But over time, you are taking what? 15 cedis per hour. Good. So that is it. Okay. So now let's calculate for this. They said that in the question. Let's go to the question, that section. You didn't get the calculation of the basic hours. Okay, what's the calculation of the basic hours? Is it the basic hours or the basic pay you are talking about? Because this is the basic hours. Okay. Now the issue is that this is the hours that we need. And this is the basic hours that is available. That's the hours that we have. Okay. Now, if this is the hours that we have, let's compare to what we need and see that if we have overtime. So the basic or the hours required less the hours available. That's the basic. Then we get to 1,480 and then 688. Then we are done. Now, when you come here, when we are going to calculate their pay, we will have a basic pay and we have the overtime pay before we can calculate their gross pay, and then the necessary deduction will come in. That's to the payroll section. So the basic pay will be something like this. How many are there? There are 132 workers, right? And then each of them, how much are you going to give it to them? You are giving them 1,280, right? 1,280 from the question. So basically, each and every month, what will be the total amount that you are going to spend on them? So the total amount will be 130 employees times cedi of 1,280. And putting all together, we had 168, 960 Ghana cedis. I'll be get that. Good. So that is the breakdown of what the basic salary or the basic pay. The basic. I'll be get that. Okay. So that's the basic. But this basic hours, we had it by multiplying 132. There are 132 workers. Each of them work for how many hours? 160 hours. So multiplying this is the basic hours or the normal hours. And that's what we have, what? 21,120. 21,120 throughout. I hope you get that. I hope it's clear now. So we can go to the overtime. If not, let me know so that I'll talk about it again. So for the basic, if we should show working, it's nothing by the 130 by 1,280, and that give us this answer. Now let's go to the overtime. That's where we were. I hope it's okay now. And I hope you are fine too. How we had the basic, this value, and this 2120. This hours, we multiply this. So this 2120, 120 is this by that of the 160 hours. Good. So that is it. Okay, now let's go to the overtime premium. You have to tell us how we should calculate overtime premium, and then we are done. So take notes. Now it says that any labor hours required in excess, that's overtime, in excess of 160 hours per worker are made up by overtime that is paid at basic rate plus overtime premium of what? 48% of the basic. Wow. So here overtime premium. So the overtime pay or the overtime rate is equal to the basic rate plus overtime premium, which is what? 48% of the basic rate. So the question is, what is the basic rate? So who can calculate it for me? And that person will be the accounting cracker for the day. So I'm giving you 2 solid minutes. Kindly calculate the basic pay for me. Kindly calculate the basic pay for me. 2 solid what? Minutes, the basic pay. 2 solid minutes. 614.4. Okay, any answer is valid until the final marking scheme is reviewed. Wow, 614.4. Wow, basic pay per hour. Per hour. Basic rate per hour. The basic rate per hour. So calculate the basic pay per hour. So any answer is what? Valid until the final marking scheme. Yes, per hour. Yes, per hour. Basic pay. Hey, so per hour, they are giving you 1,894. Why? Do you produce good? That every hour they are giving you 1,000. Everybody will go and work there. So every hour they are giving you 1,894 Ghana cedis per hour. So for a day that you work for, let's say 8 hours a day. Is it 8 hours? Yes, 8 hours a day. Then you get like more than 9,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, more than 9,000 Ghana cedis a day. So if a day you are getting 9,000 Ghana cedis a month. Wow. Okay, so I only have 3 answers. Now, how do you get it? So the basic rate per hour, I'll solve it using two approaches. Let's use the straightforward one, the most easiest one. With that one, it will be the basic rate. But how much are they giving each employee? You are giving them 1,280. How much? What is the minimum pay? Minimum pay is this. What's the minimum hours? 160 hours. Okay. So that's 160 hours. So this will give us the basic what pay. And that will be 8 Ghana cedis. That's the method one. Method two, you can use the total basic pay over the total hours they've worked. The basic hours. So the total pay is what? 168,960. All divided by total minimum hours. That's what? 121,120. So 21,120. And still, it will also give us what? 8 cedis. I'm done. Good. I like that. Good. 8 cedi. Oh, yes. So that is it. So that's the basic rate per hour. It is 8 cedi. So it means that overtime premium will be 8 cedi plus 48% of 8 cedi. So if you calculate overtime premium well, it will be 8 Ghana cedi plus 48% of what? 8 cedi. So that's the final answer. And 48% of 8 cedi is 3 cedis, something peso, 3.84, right? So therefore, the overtime premium will be what? Overtime premium will be 8 cedis plus 0.48 times what? 8. And that will give us, who can tell us? 8 cedi. This one will give us 3 cedis, 80 pesos or so. Yes, 3 cedis, 80 pesos. What do you get? Any answer for me? So 11 cedis, 84 pesos. Any answer for me? Any answer? So 0.48 times, no, 0.48 times 8. That'll give us 3.84. Good. So 11.84, right? So that's overtime premium, 11.84. So that is it. Overtime premium is 11.84. Have you seen how we did that? Yes. So you multiply 0.48 by 8. You get 3.8. What do? Add it to the 8 cedi, making 11.3, 11.84. How do you get the 8? It's the basic salary or the basic wage per hour. Now that we get the overtime premium, let's go and calculate it. It means that each hour that they work as a result of the overtime, you have to value it or multiply by 11 cedis, 84 pesos. So when you come here, the overtime is what? 4,480. So for January, there's no overtime, so it will be dash. When you go to February, it will be 1,480 by what? 11.4, and that will give us. So for that of February, it will be the premium or the overtime pay, overtime rate. It will be the overtime rate. It will be the overtime rate, which is 11. Which is 11.84 times 1,480. Oh yes. And that gives us 17,523.2. I hope you get that. Good. Then lastly, 11.84 times 6,880. And then that also give us 81,459. That one also is 0.2. Wow. 0.2. I hope you get that. Oh yeah. Yeah, someone had it, so that is it. Kindly get this section. I'll take it off. This session is about to go. So that we can calculate the total. So what's the total labor cost for each month? You sum it up. So the basic plus overtime, and that give us the total. And then you are done. So let me see if I can get the space here. Okay, yes, I can get the space there. So you go here, you go there, then you are done. Let me take this section off. Okay, so that is it. Now, adding all this here, 168,960. Putting this together, it will be plus 168,960. And that gives us 250. 250,419.2. 419. Hey. 168,960 plus 17,523.2. This one will give us 419. No. 186,483.2. Good. So that's the end of the game. So this is the total labor costs. Total labor costs. I'm done, and that's the end of the day. So kindly ask all your questions. If you do, yes. So let's go for the questions. Okay. Good. So let's go for the question. Okay, so Tassifas ask the question. Someone is saying, how do you get a 17,523? Yeah, we have to show working. It is overtime of what? Overtime hours of 1,480 by the overtime premium of what? 11.84. We have to show working. Yes, so that's how you had a 17,523.2. How we get that? Good. So with this, the working is 11.84. That's the overtime amount times the overtime hours of what? 1480. How we get that? Good. And that gives us this answer. Okay. Okay, Mr. Asifas, kindly ask your question. The microphone is on now.
I am fine. I am fine.
You said?
I am fine. I am fine.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I am
That's
fine.
good.
This your
Okay, so that's the end of today's section. That's the end of today's edition. So thank you very much for coming. If you have any question, kindly ask. Let me say